Hey, look, all the efforting has worked. The effort has paid off. We're going to bring in Hondo Gutierrez right now.
How's it going?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
So did you forget?
I did, brother. But I'm here. I'm here.
Just had to ask.
I'm here.
Hondo Gutierrez is here. How you doing?
I'm good. Busy being a family man.
Right? We can even see over your shoulder there already the great photo you and your daughter. Other
Oh,
shoulder.
yeah, look. Yes, sir.
Right? Family first.
Yes.
What's that like now being a family man? We saw you in the gym since a kid and now you're like in the same spot kind of your dad was the first time I met you.
It's more encouraging to get in that cage now that I have a family to do it for. So it gives me more of a strive to get that win.
Does it kind of blow your mind where you're at that you and your significant other you guys were together for a long time and just how everything has blossomed for you, does it kind of blow your mind where you're at?
Not, yeah, I guess I'm living the perfect life right now. I have a family that loves me and I love them, and I'm knocking people out in the cage. I couldn't be more blessed right now.
It took us longer to get to that than your fight actually took. 17
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah,
Did you impress yourself with that one?
yeah. Me and my coach John Judy and Matt, we were in the back, and I was joking around because the fight before this, I was like, oh, the fight before this, I knocked the dude out in like 23 seconds, somewhere around there. And I was just joking around, I was like, oh, I'm gonna try to finish this guy faster, but everything fell in place, so I got the job done even faster this time.
What did you see? Was that just the game plan to throw that combination? Was it just that it was wide open? Like how does the
So
17-second knockout come together?
yeah, so in the morning, well, when I do my morning warm up, usually when I fight, I do a morning warm up, and actually we were warming up, and I thought he was gonna come in wide, and I was gonna hit him with an uppercut, but when I hit him, or when I hit him the first time, like he swung or whatever, and I grabbed him. I hit him with an uppercut, and I split his eyebrow, and I could just see it in his eyes that he wanted to hit me real bad. And right when he got close to me, I saw him set his feet, and I just threw that right hand. I didn't even know he was swinging at me. I just knew that I can get him right when he set his feet. And I saw him fall. I thought I got the knockout, but he was popping right back up, so I hit him a couple more times.
It's a crazy sequence and a lot of action for 17 seconds to get
Yeah.
that job done. Do you realize at a point like you Google your name on social media and that knockout's coming up right away?
Yeah. Yeah, it feels good. It feels real good. I got a lot of popularity off of this knockout, but still focused and still striving for another win just like that if I can get it.
If I didn't know that you had been doing this for most of your life, a lot
Yeah.
of people would think that experience would be a disadvantage for you at a point because with the way you're finishing fights, people are going to say they'd want to see you get some experience, but you have a lot of experience. And is that kind of what's leading to these first round finishes?
Of course, I think I trained with one of the top strikers, Ty Miller, and training with him every day, you know, it makes you good. He's fast and he's quick. I have to move. I have to use my footwork. I have to use my striking smart, or else he'll get me. Ty's really good. So going in there every day in the gym and training with him is really good. And I've been all my life. I've been training with good fighters like Tim Means, Frank Baca, Ray Borg, just all these people, Charlie Brown, all these local fighters. These guys are really good, and I just grown up around it. They're like my family. So just 16, I think 16 years now of just hard work with real good veterans.
somewhere around 13, 14 years ago when
Yeah,
I met you,
yeah.
you were already telling us that this is what was going to happen. At what age did you really believe it, or did you have that belief the whole time?
Man, I've always believed it. Even before I'd done this, I remember even before I went to Fit, I remember my dad took me to a karate place and I was looking at it and I was like looking at what was going on and then I found out you couldn't punch really in the face. So I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do MMA. So we ended up fighting the Fit and I think ever since then, watching the UFC and all that, I've just known that I've had it in me. You know, even before the gym, me and my dad, we would be training these like arm bars and guillotines and stuff like that since I was like 7, 6.
What kind of inspiration was it, not just growing up in that gym, seeing those illustrious fighters doing it, but the in the example that your dad was able to lay down, going to work every day and then still going to the gym also every night?
Of course, it's a big inspiration when your dad's doing it right next to you. You know what I mean? Not just yelling at you to do your push-ups while he's just sitting on the side drinking a Coke or whatever. So it was a good inspiration seeing him fight, and then I ended up I ended up fighting one of the guys he fought when he was an amateur. I ended up fighting him like 6 years after, so it's been pretty cool. And then, not everyone punches their dad in the face every Saturday, but at my gym, me and my dad would throw down because it was like the sparring day. So yeah, we have a different type of bond.
What was it like for you at that age watching him compete? Was it nerve-wracking or was it exciting?
Yeah, it was nerve wracking, of course. I hate watching my family fight. I've watched my dad fight, but it was nerve wracking, but I was excited. But when my brother fights, it's totally different level of nerve. I get super nervous, shaking. I want to throw up. It's a different type of nerves. It's crazy.
See, I didn't know if it was going to be different watching Surge fight because you know how good he is. You've been
Yeah,
taking the whoopings and giving them to him for so long.
yeah,
You put together 3 first round finishes in a row. What is it like? Because only one of those has happened here at Fight World. What is it like
yeah.
starting to lead that pro life, getting out, hearing the boos, going and shutting someone else down in their hometown?
It's the best feeling in the world hearing somebody else's name being called in the stands and you just put their lights out. There's no other feeling like it. I couldn't explain to you another feeling of just putting a man's lights out in front of his home crowd or his own crowd. It's the best feeling. Being over there right after I knocked him out, I hopped on the cage and you just do your little thing. I said who nobody was chanting after that, so I love it. I love being the underdog. I love that feeling. It's better than fighting in your own crowd, I'll tell you that. Anybody will say that.
Really? Like you'd rather do that? I've seen the crowd. I've seen the roars for you. You'd rather be that road warrior?
Oh yeah, I love being a road warrior if you want to call it that. I love knocking out the hometown guy. It's the best, or finishing or whatever, beating the hometown guy. I love it.
What is it? Is it the fight? Is it the competition? Like what is it that you think brings you to life in this?
No, I really don't know. I just feel like I'm built for this. My life, more than half of my life, it's been revolved around fighting. You know what I mean? So, when I was born, the umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck. So I was fighting then, and now we're here. I'm fighting still. I love it. I love the sport. I love everything about it. It's I couldn't explain it. You got to get in there yourself one day to you know to feel it.
You've been fighting for that long. What's the story that your parents relay to you when they talk about your birth?
I really don't know.
Oh, they haven't told you just how panicked they were that umbilical cords wrapped around your neck?
Nah, they were just like, yeah, I don't know. I just heard a story about it, I guess.
And do I believe there's also a story where were you hit by a bus or something?
No, I got the when I was younger, I got shot. When I was younger, I got shot when I was like about 8 years old.
Oh, wait, excuse me. I went light on the poor guy. I thought a bus hit him. It was a bullet.
Yeah.
Wait, so you got shot when you were 8 years old?
Yeah, I got shot when I was 8 years old at a little accident, but we're here now.
Did you shoot yourself?
No, no, something happened. Someone was messing around with the gun and they shot me.
How traumatic of an experience was that?
And it was pretty traumatic, but as a kid, I thought I was pretty gangster. I thought it gave me street cred. So it
You
wasn't
did
that
would have run up
tough.
to be pretty proud of the scars when you were younger.
Oh yeah, I was showing them things off like they were new tattoos.
So you took it to heart, all these incidents, and that it's truly made you a fighter through and through.
Yeah, it's made me a dog, you know. There's nothing more than surviving a bullet, you know what I mean? There's nothing really more than that, you know what I mean? It makes you real tough, I would say.
I'd say, sure, that definitely test your toughness, test your metal. I don't know. Do you have a better story that you think of what's tested your metal?
No, no, not really. You know what I mean?
I gotta say that particularly you could probably see it. You've seen several iterations of the gym come through, and I think you could acknowledge it. Starting there with Timmy, with Ray, I think Frank Baca was there, Tim Sosa was there. You
Tim
saw
Sosa.
something really special.
Oh yeah, and they also thought I was special too, you know what I mean? All these guys growing up, they knew I had something in me that is going to get me to the next level, you know what I mean? And I've been working hard and I'm going to get there.
Do you feel that that's pressure? Do you feel that's almost a privilege that you've earned?
No, I don't really feel pressure anymore, you know. Before I had my daughter, I would, you know, I would think if I would lose that no one would like me, or if I lose that I was a loser or whatever. But now I don't really feel that anymore. I don't feel that pressure, you know. If I lose, which I don't think I'm losing in a long time, but if I lose, I come back home and I got a family that I can come home to and that loves me, you know what I mean? So a lot of pressure has came off of me. Now I just focus on the fight and you know, getting that job done.
3 fight win streak, 3 first round finishes, and we're barely over like what 6 minutes of cage time in your 4 victories.
Yeah, yeah. You know, another thing like sparring. I've done a lot of sparring with MMA fighters, of course, but I felt like sparring with a lot of pro boxers here. You know what I mean? Sparring a lot of boxing has helped a lot. It's helped a lot. You know, I like to break down all aspects of fighting. You know, do jujitsu itself, do boxing, do kickboxing. You know, I like to break it all down and then bring it all back together. And I feel like it pays off. You can see
You'll
it in
notice
my striking. You can see it in my brother's striking. You can see it in Ty's striking. You can see it in all our fighters striking. We knock people out.
you could take it back to I remember when Arlene used to take all the guys down to a Trisco boxing. Tim Means would always be telling me Brian Mendoza is my secret weapon that no one knows about.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I was sparring when I was like 15, 16. I was sparring Matt Grego, and he's a knockout artist. You know what I mean? He hits hard, and you know, he's made me really tough as well. As a kid, I would go to the back of the locker room and I would cry in the bathroom. But you know, those days they pay off now.
Those days definitely pay off. Do you have a plan yet for, or has the team told you yet when we're going to see you back in there? It was a quick night of work in October, so I'm sure you're healthy and ready to go.
Yeah, I've been spending time with the family and stuff, resting. You know, I've had a little aches here and there that I needed to heal up during fight camp. But you'll see me soon. I don't have a date yet, but you guys will see me soon.
We look forward to that. Big things are coming. One of the brightest prospects in the state. And I can remember, man, years ago, Tim Means telling me, I think we could turn him pro now. And you were like 14, 15 years old, and he'll win fights. He was like, he will blow most of these guys out of the water. What do you think has been the biggest culmination for you for things coming together as a martial artist?
Again, just I've had so many people to look up to that were great fighters, and I still to this day I'm training with great fighters like Ty Miller, Billy Ray, Valdez, a veteran Sherwin Price. There's still many of fighters that I'm still working with today that were very great fighters. And my gym, I feel like we don't dominate in one aspect of fighting. We're not all strikers. We're not all wrestlers, and we're not all grapplers. We all had my gym has all types of fighters. We can submit people, we can knock them out, and we can out wrestle them. You know what I mean? My gym has we're real mixed martial artists. We don't just focus on one thing. We're not all wrestlers, or we're not all jiu-jitsu guys.
Definitely
We
not
all
a
have
one
come
trick
out of our
pony.
own. Yeah, one trick pony. There you go.
What has allowed you to find your own style? Has it just been that environment that they let people work, so you've been able to find who you are?
My coaches, you know what I mean? I've been learning from, Matt, JJ, Tom Vaughn, Arlene Sanchez, Tim Means. I soak in everything I can learn, and it's just they basically built me from a kid. I grew up in there. You know what I mean? I would go there after school. I would wait until my dad was done with practice, and then Fit Kids would start. Then I would do Fit Kids, and then as a teenager, then I started to jump in with my dad in the pros. All right, I'm back. So yeah, I was jumping in with the
Amber
pros.
alert, everybody just
Yeah, I was jumping in with the pros at like 14, 15, and just soaking up knowledge. And yeah, they built me. They built me into who I am now, and I feel like I'm. They've done a great job.
they've built Hondo Gutierrez into a beast. We're going to
Yes,
continue to
sir.
see him just flares more and more on the big stage. This was just the first time, and it won't be the last time you guys hear from him. We're going to have him back on the show many more times. I thank you for taking some time out of your evening and away from the family time to give us a couple minutes.
Thank you.
You have a good night.